A warm welcome to all of you for the first lecture of Management of Manufacturing System. Before begin with manufacturing system and their properties, let us first of all understand some basic terminologies like production, manufacturing. What is the difference between production and manufacturing? What is a system concept? So if the company they owns the raw material for its manufacturing, we will say that it is production. And if a company procure the raw material from a third party, at that time we will say that it is manufacturing. Now let us come to system concepts. In our day-to-day life, we come across many terms like computer system, educational system, political system. In system, what you can see, there are a lot of components. These components are interrelated to each other, and these components are arranged in a particular order in order to achieve certain objectives. By considering the prerequisites mentioned in the previous slide, the objective of our today's lecture is to understand the concept of manufacturing system or production system and to study the various components of manufacturing system. As you can see there in the slide, we can diagrammatically represent a manufacturing system like this. It consists of many components. If you see these components, you can identify inputs are there, output is there, control system is there, feedback mechanism is there, transformation process, and finally environment. A manufacturing system mainly consists of these 6 components. But when we define a manufacturing system, we can define manufacturing system as a system which convert input into output. So now let us understand each of these components in detail. So the first component, input of the production system, it includes man, money, material, machine and information. In some cases, the transformation process will take only one input. There are instances transformation process will take more than one input at the same time. So when we talk about input, we need to address 2 other important concepts, that is 9 M's of manufacturing system and 5 P's of manufacturing. Let us first discuss what is 9 M's of manufacturing. So as you can see there in the slide, man, money, machine, material, methods, measurement, market, motivation, management, these 9 terms are considered as 9 M's of manufacturing. When it comes to the first M, man is our labor, or you can say that workforce of an organization. Money is the capital which we are investing there in our establishment. Machines are the equipments which used for production. Materials are raw materials. Methods, it means that the process through which we are converting inputs into output, or the process through which we are making this production. Measurement, it is nothing but every amount should be measured in a proper way, then only we will be able to produce something in a planned way. And the market is nothing but it is the place where selling and buying taking place. And the motivation is also an important factor, because whenever we motivate workers through reward system or by recognition, the output of the production system will increases. Therefore motivation is considered as a very important tool nowadays in the production units. And finally management, how to deal things with others. So all these terms consist of 9 M's of manufacturing. And now what do you mean by 5 P's of manufacturing? The 5 P's are product, plant, process, program and people. Product is nothing but our final output. Plant is the place where this manufacturing taking place. Process is the method through which we are converting this input into output. Program is the set of instructions which we follow there in the process. And finally, people are our workforce. As I said in 9 M's, people are workforce or our laborers. And now students, we can see the output of the production system. The output of the production system can be goods or services. Goods are products which is tangible in nature, and services are products which is intangible in nature. We will try to make a difference between these output in detail in the next class. Now let us take the third component, that is feedback mechanism. So in every production system, the feedback mechanism is essential. And I will tell you an example. Through that, you will get a better idea how the feedback mechanism is working. Before the production, or you can say that in the design stage, we will design a product. Let's take a pen with 10 centimeter of length, and after the production, so you are getting a pen with 12 centimeter of length, which means that there is a deviation of 2 centimeter as compared with our plan. So in that case, so we will say that our product, it is not as per the specification set by the design stage. In that case, customers, they don't accept the product, because in the planning stage we decided that a pen with a length of 10 centimeter. In that case, so this deviation happening in the production system, it should be controlled in a better way. So this controlling will be done by the control mechanism, and if there is any significant deviation, this deviation has to be reported to the input side. So whenever this control mechanism triggers a feedback mechanism to report these deviation into the input, in the input side, either we will go for a change in the design of the product, or we will deploy more workers there in the production unit, or we will withdraw some workers from the production unit, or what you can say that you will provide better quality raw materials there in the production, so that we can make an output as per the plant output. So this is what actually a feedback mechanism does. So now let us examine the role of control system. This is our fourth component in the production system. So as I said in the previous slide, a control mechanism controls every deviations occurring in the production unit. If any deviation is significant, the control mechanism, it will take some appropriate measures like inventory control. Some cases it may be cost control, and there are some instances this control system go for this quality control and production planning control. So we will discuss all of these various control mechanisms in the upcoming sessions. Now we are going to discuss the fifth component, that is the most crucial component of production system, that is transformation process. So in the diagram, when you observe that diagrammatic representation of a production system, you can see that every input, it will go through a process, and the process is known as transformation process, and the outcome of that transformation process is our output, or you can say that goods or services. So therefore, what you can see in transformation process, it converts input into output. As it is converting input into output, this transformation process is also known as conversion process. In reality, every transformation process, it's add value to the input. I will tell you an example. If you are converting milk into butter, the physical characteristics of the milk, it is getting changed to another product. You can say that butter, here milk is input, butter is the output. But when you see this butter, you can see that the milk, when it converted into butter, some value has been added there in that product. So therefore, through transformation, only value addition is taking place in the production system. So if you consider the same example, you can say that in some transformation processes, it will take only one input. But there are cases, transformation process takes more than one input at a time. If you consider the second example, a car assembly. So what you can see, there are many inputs. Tires are there, steering, glass, everything, it will come on the same time, and assembling all these inputs, you will get a car as an output. So in some cases, there will be only one input, and some cases there will be many inputs is taking by the transformation process. And the last component of the production system is environment of the production system. So as I said in the beginning, all the 5 components of the production system, it is working together in this environment. So the environment consists of many parties. One participant is government. Every production system will be on the basis of the rules and regulations given by that government, or you can say that the local body or the municipality, wherever this production unit is operating. And financial institutions are also part of this production system. Whenever we try to expand our business, we need to raise some fund, or sometimes we need to borrow some money. So in that case, financial institution and its role is important there in the production system. And the third participants of this production system is in the environment is supplier. Supplier is a company or a group of company providing raw material to us, that is supplier. And finally, the fourth component, that is customers. So every product is being produced for the end customers. Stakeholders are also associated with this environment. And finally, political, legal and technical framework of the country or the society, everything will be considered when we design a production system. Therefore, what you can sum up, that is, an environment of the production system consists of many participants. Only with their cooperation and coordination, we will be able to run a production system in a better way. So by considering the previous topics which we discussed there in the slides, you can sum up. There are 2 questions which I am giving for your practice. What is a production system, and what are the different components of the production system with a diagrammatic representation. Further information you can gain from these reference books: Production and Operations Management by S. Anjari, Operations Management by W.J. Stevenson, and other textbooks like Operations Management Theory and Practices by B. Mahadevan. So all these books in very detail explain what you mean by a production system and what all are the various components of the production system. With this, I am winding up today. Thank you everyone.